There is growing sentiment that having children is a mistake. A study came out that states the average American child produces 13 times more CO2 emissions than the average child in Brazil. Everyone has heard of studies like this being promoted in the media. Should we care, and what should we do about it? VidarReturns. Anti-Natalism. The belief that it is morally wrong or unjustifiable for people to have children. This definition helps us reasonably identify the groups and push toward anti-natalism as leftist and or non-religious. There is no significant historic precedent or religion in the world that promotes the idea that having children is wrong or unjustifiable. Yet we can all see such ideas of antinatalism spreading. Such concept can only be derived from those individuals whom have no traditional guidance or lost instinct for their lineage. These people have abandoned their ancestry and proceeded on a course of self-elimination. There are several individuals and groups pushing populations to abstain from having children. Some of the more prominent individuals pushing such ideas are David Attenborough, Greta Thunberg, Bill Gates, Paul Ehrlich, and there are many more. We can't just brush them off as a minority of individuals as though they have no influence. They are wealthy individuals and or are working with extremely wealthy donors. They are constantly given publicity on public channels to voice their ideas, and the proof of their influence can be revealed by the public consciousness. For example, most of us have heard something like this before. Quote, "Studies show that having fewer children is one of the most effective ways to reduce a family's carbon footprint." End quote. The general message remains the same, that birthing children contributes to global climate change or global pollution. These types of antinatalist ideas appear in the media explicitly and subliminally. We'll avoid the discussion about, quote, climate change today, as it's a multifaceted topic that could be dissected into many debatable parts. But instead, let us recognize the obvious and more easily identifiable issue of global pollution. From simple trash along the street to the smog in the air we breathe, it's quite undeniable that as a species, we are affecting our environment in ways that are substantially detrimental to our own existence. Whether in small or large part, we must accept our contribution to the damage caused to our planet. Through plastics and chemicals and radiation, humans have discovered advanced technological ways to damage our environment like never before. There is no telling how many tons of plastic will be floating around in our oceans for centuries to come. At some point, we might ought to accept some responsibility. Every little purchase each of us makes contributes to a larger system of pollution. Pollution of the land, the air, the water. There is some factory pumping toxic gases into the air and dumping toxic chemicals in the water to produce a plastic product wrapped in plastic that won't biodegrade and shipped to us from half a world away. In the USA, the Consumer Electronics Association reports that Americans dispose of nearly 500,000 cell phones every single day, with only about 25% being recycled. Now, so far we've only been helping make the same type of case against humans that the antinatalists make, and so are the antinatalists correct? Not exactly. They have correctly identified a problem, that humans across the world are damaging our environment and therefore damaging our ability to survive. But they are lost and without doctrine to guide them to a solution. So the antinatalist simple solution is just to regard having any children as a problem and indiscriminately going against all childbirth. This is an oversimplification of thinking. If thought about logically, the fastest way to rid the earth of humans would be to actually encourage pollution, because when we contribute to the poisoning of our food, water, and environment, then we are poisoning ourselves. To remove all humans from the earth, we only need to make it an uninhabitable planet to live. As soon as all the humans die out, then bingo, nature could begin to recover and go on without humans. But the only sensible reason to care about nature is for the benefit of our own existence. In our absence, we have no reason to care about nature. If we cease to exist, then it makes no sense to care about nature, and indeed, we wouldn't even be around to care about nature. Instead of eliminating ourselves, we must work toward preserving ourselves. Not only preserving ourselves, but prospering and growing. In each of our lives, we've all made mistakes, directly or indirectly, harming our environment in this world of advanced technology. The majority of consumer products end up as trash in less than 1 year. In this world of advanced technology, it has become all too easy for even a child to create pollution in the world. Now, this does not mean we should all become tree-hugging conservationists dedicated to trying to restore forests. What we should do has always been the core message of our recordings here, which is to strive to preserve nature through living in harmony with nature, avoiding materialism, reduce reliance on advanced technology, and learn to be able to live without advanced technology. Make efforts to primarily generate waste which can be composted and biodegrade. Rather than having less children, we must be having more. For those of us following our life purpose, we can immediately recognize that when good people have children, it is a great blessing, not only to us but to the planet. We must create the generation of tomorrow. If those of us who live in harmony with nature aren't having children, then surely the world of tomorrow will come to be dominated by those who will destroy it. Our people need to have many children and raise our children to be connected with nature and wise with the lessons of our ancestors. When we harm nature, we harm the future of our people. Leave your comment below and ideas about how you manage to deal with living in our world of advanced technology. Now's the time to catch it if you haven't heard our previous recording titled 5 Ways to Overcome Self-Sabotage, where we discuss methods that can help prevent us from falling backward in our path toward greater life excellence. Link in the description. Also follow now to stay updated with all our content. We're on Steemit, Gap, Minds, and Odyssey networks, and live chat on the Matrix and Session networks. Links for everything in the description. We send out love to all our brothers and sisters. Stay blessed. VidarReturns.